Today's episode of Watson's House of Horrors is brought to you by Black Candle Insurance, protecting against the supernatural since 1666. We'll be there when your ring of salt fails.
Welcome. Step inside my haunted house and stay a while. If you dare.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to do something a little different in that I don't really have a theme, but rather a singular character that runs through all three drabbles. Last night I was looking to create some image prompts using Midjourney and wasn't having much success until it tossed out a trio of images that all look like the same character in very different lives, if that makes sense. Anyways, while looking at that, the name Jebediah Grimm popped into my head, and as soon as I had the name, I had the three ideas for the stories you're about to hear. So I hope you enjoy this little format. So let's get to the stories. Story number 1. The Invitation. The first mistake was opening the door in the dead of night, with the storm raging. The second was inviting the stranger inside. But Jebediah Grimm was a kind, giving man. Allowing the gent inside seemed the Christian thing to do. The visitor seemed sheepish at first, politely refusing Jebediah's offer of bread and wine. As the night wore on and the cabin shook under the weight of the storm, he relaxed. Jebediah found himself drawn to the stranger, and while having the man bite his neck was odd, it also felt somehow right. Closing his eyes, Jebediah saw eternity. Story number 2. The Thirst. Jebediah never knew hunger pains until after his transformation. The humanity that clung to life inside him demanded that he not partake of innocent blood, no matter how sweet it tasted. For centuries, Jebediah would go hungry, the pain in his belly that of 1,000 stinging, poisonous insects having their way with his internal organs. Sewer rats and dangerous men became the buffet from which Jebediah dined, each drop of blood easing the pain. It was never enough to sustain, and after experiencing every level of agony, Jebediah Grimm stepped into the sunlight in hopes of ending his miserable life. Story 3. The Descent. Any hope of arriving at heaven's gates were blown away as quickly as the ash to which Jebediah's body had returned. Instead, he awoke to hellacious levels of pain that he could never hope to escape. While he had been a good, honest man in his first life, Jebediah had committed atrocities in his second. Taking the life of another, no matter how tainted the victim, was bad, but taking his own life doubled the debt owed to the devil. In fire and brimstone he dwelled, living a different eternity from the one the stranger had promised all those years ago. That's the stories for this week, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this different little format. As always, if you want to read more of my work, you can find a whole bunch of it over at www.authorjohnwatson.com. I'll be back again on Thursday with 3 more drabbles, and if there's something you'd like to see covered, some theme, please do comment and let me know. Until then, goodbye.